Let me tell you something that's going to piss some people off. Working harder is not the answer. I know that goes against everything we've all been told. Grind harder, push more, outwork everyone. And look, I'm not saying don't work hard. I'm not saying be lazy either. I'm not giving you permission to coast. What I'm saying is this: if you're working your ass off and still feel empty, the problem isn't your effort. The problem is your direction. Because here's what nobody tells you: discipline without direction is just exhaustion. You can be the most disciplined guy in the room and still feel lost. You can wake up at 5 a.m., hit the gym, crush your to-do list. Oh, that feels so good, right? And still go to bed feeling like something's missing. And when that happens, most guys don't question the system. They question themselves. Maybe I'm just not working hard enough. Maybe I need to push more. Maybe I'm just not built for this. You ever told yourself that kind of shit? But here's the truth, my friend. You are not broken. You're just running in the wrong direction. And we've all been there. And there's no amount of speed that is going to fix that. That's what we're talking about today. So let's just start here, okay? Discipline is good. I'm not arguing against discipline at all. That's a key thing right there. Discipline gets you out of bed. Discipline gets you going to the gym. Discipline is what keeps you showing up when you don't feel like it. But discipline alone doesn't tell you where to go. And that's the trap most men fall into. They build these incredible discipline scenarios. They build routines. They build systems. They optimize everything. But they never stop to ask, am I even going in the right direction? So they work. And they grind and they push and they wonder why they're tired all the time. Here's what I see constantly. Guys who are doing everything right on paper. They're disciplined. They're consistent. They're responsible. But they feel flat. They feel disconnected. They feel like they're going through the motions. And when they feel that way, they slow down. They don't speed up. Because somewhere along the way, we were taught that if it's not working, you're just not working hard enough. How many times have you been told that in your life, you know? But that's not always true, you see. Because sometimes the problem isn't effort. It's the aim. Think about it like this. If you're driving to New York, but you're headed west, it doesn't matter how fast you drive. You're not getting there. You can floor it. You can drive all night. You can be the most disciplined driver on the road, but you're still going the wrong way. That's what most men are doing with their lives. They're disciplined. They're working hard, but they're aimed at the wrong target. You see what I'm saying? So why does this happen? Because most men never chose their direction. They inherited it. They inherited it from their parents, from culture, from Instagram, from some podcast they listened to 5 years ago. Been there. They've never stopped to ask, is this actually what I want? They just assume that if they work hard enough, they'd eventually feel fulfilled. But that's not how it works. You can achieve every goal on your list and still feel empty if those goals weren't actually yours to begin with. Here's the perfect example. How many guys do you know who spent years chasing a promotion and then they finally got it and then they realized they don't even like the fucking job? Or guys who build a business, hit their revenue goal and then felt nothing? Or guys who got the car, the house, the relationship and still feel like something is missing? That's not because they're ungrateful. That's not because they're broken. It's because they were chasing someone else's definition of success. And no amount of discipline can fix that. There's actually research on this. Studies show that people who define success externally based on what others expect have higher stress, lower satisfaction, and worse health outcomes, even when they achieve their goals. Because their nervous system knows. It knows when you're living by someone else's scoreboard, and it will never let you feel settled. Trust me on that. Here's another thing that messes men up. We've been taught that effort equals progress. If you're working hard, you must be moving forward. If it hurts, it must be working. But that's not true either. You can work incredibly hard in the wrong direction and make zero progress toward what actually matters. Let me give you a real life example here. I've had seasons in my life where I was working 12-hour days, grinding, hustling, barely sleeping. And on paper, I was productive. I was getting things done, brother. I was checking the boxes, but I wasn't moving toward anything that actually mattered to me. I was just busy, and busy feels productive. Busy feels like progress. Busy feels safer than stillness, and it feels good. But busy is not the same as purposeful. And this is where most men get stuck. I got stuck here. They confuse motion with direction. They confuse effort with alignment. So they keep pushing. They keep grinding. They keep telling themselves, just a little more, just a little harder. But the emptiness doesn't go away because the problem was never the effort. It was the aim. So here's the hard truth. If you don't know where you're going, working harder just gets you lost faster. So what is direction? Direction is knowing what actually matters to you, not what should matter, not what looks good, not what others expect of you. What actually matters to you, and most men have no idea because they're never slowed down long enough to ask. They've been moving so fast for so long that they don't even know what they want anymore. They just know they're supposed to want something. So they keep chasing, they keep grinding, they keep optimizing, but they never stop to ask, is this even mine? Here's how you know if you have direction. If you can clearly answer these questions, you have direction. Number one, what do I actually want? Number two, what does that matter to me? And number three, am I moving toward it or away from it? If you can't answer those three questions, you don't have direction. You have momentum. And momentum without direction is just chaos. Now, here's the uncomfortable part, my friends. Getting direction requires stillness. I know. I mean, that boring time that would just sit there for 5-10 minutes or more and do nothing? Yeah. That's it. Stillness is the one thing most men avoid at all costs, because stillness is where all those questions you've been avoiding show up. And do they ever? Am I happy? Is this what I want? Am I living for me or for someone else? Those questions are terrifying, man. So, us men, we just stay busy to avoid them. Or when they come up, you just jump on your phone and boom, you are distracted. But you can't outrun them forever. You just can't. Eventually, they're going to catch up. So what do we do about it? Okay. We recalibrate. Recalibration is not quitting your job. It's not blowing up your life. It's not some massive overhaul. It's just getting honest and where you are and where you actually want to go. That one simple step. And that starts simple steps. Step one, stop. Just stop. Stop optimizing. Stop grinding. Stop adding more to your plate. Sit in stillness for 10 minutes. No phone, no music, no distractions. And let your thoughts show up. It's going to be uncomfortable. Trust me, but do it anyway. Step two. Ask. Ask yourself the three questions I mentioned earlier. What do I actually want? Why does this matter to me? And am I moving toward it or away from it? Write down your answers. Don't filter them. Don't make them sound good. Just be honest. Step three, adjust. Once you know where you actually want to go, adjust your effort to match that direction. This doesn't mean quit everything. It means reallocate. Stop doing the things that don't align. Stop doing things that do. Start doing things that do. Right? It's that simple. But somehow I made it complicated right there. This is meant to be easy. It might actually sound too easy, because in the process of doing it, and trust me from experience, when you do this and you sit in that stillness and you ask these questions, this has to be more complicated. So this is where we're at, my friends. You've been working hard. You've been disciplined. You've been doing everything you're supposed to do, but you still feel off. And now you know why. Because discipline without direction is just exhaustion. And effort without alignment is just noise. The problem was never your work ethic. The problem was your aim. So what's next? Next time, we're talking about something most men never address. The invisible weight you're carrying that's draining you every single day. It's like a fucking vampire. We're talking about why you feel tired even when you're sleeping enough. Why you feel irritable even when nothing's wrong. And why your body is trying to tell you something you keep ignoring. Because the problem isn't just mental, it's physical. And until you address both, you're going to keep spinning. Remember, you're driven by purpose and you're built for legacy. Let's go.